stay in the middle here. So I think this is the middle frame. Yeah, we're gonna try something different where, whoa, that's a big ass spider. Holy shit. Bruh. Yo, that is disgusting. Oh, maybe get like a close-up footage of that. I wonder if they can remove that. That is disgusting. Holy shit, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna try something different with the vlogs. So I've been in kind of like a creative rut lately, and I feel like I haven't been able to, I don't know, just create. And I've been itching to create lately. But to begin that process off, you know, actually it's a little hot. Let's see. Alright, hopefully this is still focused. I'm gonna try to make my vlogs a little differently. I think usually I make the vlogs where it's like centered on a specific topic and I just talk. But I think I'm gonna try to incorporate more of my daily life in the vlogs, because I feel like most people do that. There's a more authentic and genuine feel to it. But what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna share a couple of things that's been going on, and then talk about the main topic that has been on my mind in the last week, which is, should I pursue more education? And be curious to know what you guys think. So actually, let's start off by showing you what's been going on. So yesterday, actually let me show you that spider real quick. Look how disgusting that thing looks, bro. Get a focus on here. Come on. Come on. Focus. Why is it not focusing? Damn, why is it so hard to focus? There it is. I don't know if you can see like the details of it. Can you? Maybe a little bit. Anyways, that's a large ass spider. Give you some like reference. That thing is huge. Anyways, so what's been cool lately is my apartment's a mess, by the way, so ignore that. I picked up a variable ND from PolarPro. Very exciting because I've been needing a variable ND. Let me actually grab it real quick. Here it is. So I've been needing a variable ND for a while. And for those of you guys who don't really know what those are, they're like kind of sunglasses for your camera. And what's really cool about that, let me actually put the camera back down here, set this up back on the tripod. And what's cool about the variable ND, I don't remember what my other one is, so there's gonna be a lot of distracting thoughts if I'm gonna do these kind of vlogs, so excuse me for that. What's really cool about the variable NDs is I had one with my APS-C camera when I was shooting on the A6300, and it allows you to capture really cool long exposure shots. You know, like waterfalls or just water. It will turn water into like, looks like a mirror instead of ripples. And then waterfalls, you can make it like look misty. And why it's like sunglasses for your camera is because if you try to shoot long exposures, you have your shutter open really long, and it gets too bright. So this, you know, goes on top of your lens, and it will allow you to open the shutter longer to capture those shots without being overly exposed. But if you guys aren't familiar with those, I can share a couple of the long exposure shots I have, you know, somewhere in the video, so you can get an idea of what that looks like. But very excited for this because those of you guys who follow me on like Instagram, you'll see that I have a lot of trips coming up, and one of the big trips that is coming up is to 3 national parks. So I'm going to be going to Grand Tetons, Yellowstone, and what was the last one? Glacier. So one, it's really cool, you know, to be able to go to those national parks. I'm actually going with my colleague Dennis, who's also a photographer. Granted, I still try to not call myself a photographer because I do video first, and then photography is just something kind of more for fun, and I'm more like a hobbyist, like a beginner hobbyist, because I'm still learning a lot of settings on my camera. But very excited for that because we're going to be camping, we're going to be going to these national parks, and so we want to capture a lot of great pictures. And because a lot of the hikes are going to be in the morning, figured ND would be great. I'm sure there's a lot of awesome landscape shots that I can capture there's a lot of shots that would be captured and enhanced if I had a variable ND. Anyways, so that's that. So I'm very excited for that. It was kind of pricey, but everyone I talked to so far was saying this is like one of the best variable ND filters out there, and you know, it's exciting. Previously I had a Hoya one, and the vignetting that I got on there wasn't always desirable. I just didn't like it as much. From what I've seen from the reviews on this and just what it looks like, the vignetting seems quite low. So hopefully we'll give it a try. I'm gonna go to the national parks and probably list the schedule, my upcoming travels somewhere up here, and I'll go check it out, use the variable ND in those places, and then I will report back to let you guys know how it goes. So let me put that away, and then let me show you the other cool thing that I got recently. This one is very exciting because, let's see here, is my pair of Allen Edmonds. Like, honestly, dude, I have been wanting, these are unused, by the way, so that's what I'm putting on the table. I am very excited for these. I don't usually just buy things. Those who know me really well know I'm very cheap, so I usually don't spend a lot of money. But my last pair of dress shoes broke, and it completely ripped apart. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get rid of it, sell it. And it was before I moved to DC, so I needed one because I'm going to Jake and Sabrina's wedding soon. And I was like, I gotta get a new pair of dress shoes. So I figured I get one of these Allen Edmonds, very beautiful shoes. I've been wanting one of these for like 7 years. Yes. Hopefully this works. Give you guys a different angle from here. So I've been wanting one of these for like 7 years. I never felt justified to buy one of these pairs just because I'm cheap and I'm frugal. And I was like, you know what? Maybe it's time to make an investment after waiting for like 7 years. So very beautiful shoes. I tried it on yesterday. It was very comfortable. So I'm very excited for these. I'll be wearing them. And when is the wedding again? I think it was like in May. Labor Day weekend, Memorial Day weekend. So, but shout out to my little Jake. I'm excited to go to his wedding, and maybe we'll get some footage of that. If you guys see like all the alcohol behind me, I don't drink a lot. I had a small get together just a couple weeks ago, kind of like to like an apartment warming, and everyone brought a ton of alcohol. So I don't usually drink, but everyone brought alcohol, and that's what that is. So not an alcoholic, just FYI. All right, so move this lens. Let's see. So where should we start? I feel really small on this table, but that's okay. Let's see, where should we start? So last week my colleague Evan shared that he was thinking about pursuing a master's in artificial intelligence in healthcare from our organization, which is super awesome because one, the organization actually sponsors you, or the department sponsors you. I think the program is $20,000, but the department, so in this case pharmacy, would sponsor you to attend this program. It's 2 years, and you get a master's in artificial intelligence in healthcare. And I think many of us right now, we know that artificial intelligence is a big thing. It's a hype word or buzzword, and it's probably overhyped right now. And especially I think so. But I also do think that there is a lot of potential there. There's usually a lot of skepticism. It is really hot, bro. Anyway, there's a lot of skepticism. There is a lot of skepticism, warranted skepticism, in the hype around artificial intelligence. At the same time, I do believe that there's a lot of potential there. And there usually is a lot of skepticism in new things, right? In artificial intelligence, it's not new, but yeah, I don't know how to frame that exactly. But I do believe in the technology. I do think that it can do a lot of great good. So I was thinking about, as a bigger picture, going back to do my master's in that through my organization, because one, it's free. Two, it's probably quite simple. Okay, let me break it down. Let me take a step back. The main question I was thinking about after talking to my colleague about it was, should I or should I not go back for more education? You know, and I don't know if I've ever mentioned it on video before, but I've been wanting to go back for more education before I even graduated from my master's in public health last May. You know, the last couple of months, moving towards May and graduation date, I was like, what is that next step? And I think I actually mentioned that in one of my previous vlogs, where like I don't know what that next step is. And, you know, in the last couple months, I mentioned this in the video before, in a video before, where it's just like I'm trying to take a break from not being involved, not doing extra things, and just trying to enjoy my life a little bit more and invest in my relationships, which I have been, and it has been amazing. But now that I've been a couple months into this and enjoying it, I always think about what happens next. And so whether or not to pursue an additional degree has always been on my mind since last year. And I've always considered, should I do a PhD in bioinformatics? That has been on my mind for a while, but that was a route I was considering to take. And I was thinking about going to Boston and applying to Harvard's program there, or Stanford's. But Harvard's program really stood out. So I thought about moving to Boston and doing that. I also considered, I was like, PhD is insane. I'd probably have to quit my job. It would be a completely different route that, to be honest, I'm a little afraid of. And it's a huge time commitment. I sacrificed all these years. Should I really go down that route? So PhD is kind of like far out there and probably like less than 1% chance of me even doing it. And then there's like masters. So there's like masters of science in bioinformatics. And then the two programs that stood out was Stanford and also Harvard. Both have really interesting programs. Stanford you can do part-time, and you fly back every now and then. It's like 3.5 to 5 years long, super long. And then there's Harvard's program, which I think the accelerated one is like 2 years or so. But the problem is you have to actually move to Boston. So that's why I was like, maybe the move to Boston may make sense. And I'm actually considering moving somewhere else once my lease is up here in this apartment, which would be sometime in February of next year. But stay tuned about that. The other thing is that I've really enjoyed the people I've met. I've began to build a community here, so I'm like kind of hesitant to also move. But we'll see about that. But yeah, so I've been thinking about those. I was like, the big picture again, should I pursue another degree? And everyone has to have a reason on why to pursue another degree, right? And I have a couple of reasons. You know, a lot of people ask me like, why did you pursue MPH? What job opportunities exist? A lot of the reasons why I pursue degrees is not necessarily to get another job. It's because I like to learn. I know it sounds nerdy and stuff, but I just really enjoy learning. I enjoy the rigor, the journey, the process of learning and accumulating knowledge in a particular area. And then I think also as a student, what I've learned from the MPH program is like you get so many cool opportunities to do cool things, like my internships. So I think that's one, and it's something that's been on my mind. I feel like I'm all over the place right now with this vlog, and I think it's almost time to, you know what, I'm just gonna keep this same angle. But anyways, yeah, it's the big picture is, should I pursue it? And I weigh it against my experience in the recent MPH program I was in. I was never that burnt out in my life. I mean, residency was extremely rough. I did get burned out in residency, but doing full-time work, part-time school, part-time internship, and being as involved as I was during that time, I was like doing volunteer work for like 5 different organizations, and also writing a chapter in a book, and also doing my YouTube channel and Pharmacy Informatics Academy. It was insane. I feel as though that really left some trauma in me in pursuing further education, and that's been weighing on my mind ever since. I'm like, I'm never going to do that again. But I don't know. And the reason why I don't know is because of two things. One is the whole idea of like, what do you want your life to amount to? What do you want your life to be about? And I think about that because I've been thinking about the FIRE movement lately. Financially independent, retire early. And it's like, what would you do if you were financially free to do whatever you want? And I think what I would do is I would probably want to go back for my PhD. I would probably want to teach. It's something I enjoy. So if it's something you, like, what would you do, like your big picture thing? It's to teach. And partly to solve the bigger problem of interoperability, which I'm very passionate about. So it would be to learn more about that, teach people about it, solve the problem. That is what I think my life fulfillment, like that, my big picture goal, at least the pragmatic side of it, will be. So it's like, maybe I should just go pursue further education, because why waste? Alexa, stop. So I have a 30-minute timer to remind myself to drink water every 30 minutes because I always get dehydrated and like drinking coffee. Anyways, so it's like, should I just go ahead and pursue a master's? Because why wait? Or PhD, why wait? You know, that's a big question. At the same time, the biggest detracting reason why, and let's get a little vulnerable here for a second, but maybe not too vulnerable, is because I am fairly certain that if I did, I'm gonna really crush my chances of finding anything romantically. You know, being able to invest in a romantic relationship. If folks out there know me, or those who know me know I go very hardcore into the things that I'm invested in. You know, if it's school, whether it's work, it's passion projects, like I put in a lot of effort because I think that's the biggest advantage that I have, is because I'm willing to sacrifice a lot of things to get certain things done, get the things that I want. So if I did go down that route of pursuing more academic stuff while working full-time or what have you, or even not pursuing it part-time, doing it full-time, it would almost be like starting over if I did it full-time. And then part-time would be like a complete sacrifice of all my time and money all over again. And after going through the part-time program of MPH, which I don't regret at all, I really wonder if that is what I want to do. And so again, going back to it, it's like the biggest thing that's holding me back is that I think that it would really limit my opportunities in pursuing any type of romantic opportunities, because when I'm doing this stuff, like I'm hustling, the last thing on my mind is dating. You know, it's maybe a very negative way of looking at things, but like I'm very focused on certain things that I don't know how to describe it. I just get very focused on certain things, and it makes it really hard. So that's the biggest thing on my mind right now, or it was one of the big things. I just go back and forth on it. I don't know. And maybe that's going to be the end of this video, because all I'm doing is rambling. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm trying to do things a little differently. This is like, there's no scripting, there's no anything. It's just things off the top of my head, which I'm sure that you can see from this video. My mind goes from like one topic to another all of a sudden, which, by the way, here's something else. Very cool gift card. I met a friend here recently named Chris, and he's a big photographer, and he does a lot. He's been doing food photography, and he took me on one of his gigs recently to take pictures of food, and he gives them pictures, they give him food, free food. And they also, this one restaurant, which shout out by the way, Allah in DC, if you're in the DMV area, go check them out. They're an awesome restaurant. They gave us a $25 gift card to go check back. So yeah, anyway, super random. But that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys like this format. And then also, let me know what you think about what I should do next. Yeah. See you guys in the next one.